we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real emo, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real emo. I said stay woke, real emo. Stay woke, real emo. I said stay woke, real emo. Stay woke, real emo. Yeah, hey, well, we can hold the peace or we can wage war, but I'm gonna get what I came for. Real gang, that's a crew name. We all graduated to the two-door. Second global, that's an infrastructure. All y'all niggas like the Titanic. I'm the iceberg, talking no Zucker on the front lines, but we don't panic. Shit getting messy, got nothing to rest, and I'm tired of niggas. They front they blessings, they want my suggestion, but don't want the fee. I'm just doing me, I don't answer their questions. All this flexing, got no one to see. All this aggression, I just want some peace. Not even sure that I like it in heaven.
Smash that like button, beaches. Smash that fucking like button. Smashy, smashy, smashy. What's going on, Kevin, Emily, Leslie, Jen, Nana, Vince. What up, Boosh? So fucking early. Ash, what up, Beach? DJ Pop on the motherfucking house. James, what up, you Boosh? Smash that fucking like button. GSS. What up, Aaron? Smash that like button, Beesh. Jenny Lynn. Yeah, the early cast.
Hey, y'all some jokers, y'all a bunch of clowns. You will not get a laugh out of me. You can talk, but you can't denounce. I live a different theology. Why I transfer
what
to
up, Tabitha? Yo, yo.
You just fucked over a prodigy. Posted up with a running crown. You are the king and apology. You about to see a new side of me. I hope you know. We stand up and watch our enemy go. Empire fall, my legacy
Get
grows.
some.
I might just hop on this melody. All this vision, no clarity. Y'all play a game that I bear in my soul. Ebony, ivory, nobody knows.
Goddamn, King D. Getting me wet. Swole fucking Normuth.
The sun is shining.
Yeah,
the
boosh.
birds are chirping.
Yeah,
the
boosh.
bacon is sizzling.
Hey, boosh.
Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Hey, boosh. Hey. Testing, testing, testing. Test, test, test. Testing, testing, testing. Testing testicles. Testing, testing, testing. Testing testicles. Testing motherfucking testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 1485 of the Daily Mother of Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What is going on, beaches, booshes, bustes, husses, and ye all hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Everson K2 flexing. Ooh, on all you beaches, what's going on, fam-wise? Game G's, how we doing? Get some gorilla grunts to get us started. We're back for the sack around, I was going to say, round 3, a big rack of sack, a big sack rack. Papa Swolio's throwing down some dirty beats. I'm spitting on a Saturday Swole. We are early today, aren't we? Or are we late? We are early for some, we are late for others, and we're dropping some 7-pillar sack today. 7 pillars of fucking ball bag. Now, I know a lot of you are like, what the fuck is going on? I'm getting texts, I'm getting alerts. Papa Swolio is just live earlier, and I really do like. I love the morning swole. I love the morning swole. I prefer it, to be honest. I prefer it. I just have to be, in bed, getting my beauty sleep. I have to get my beauty rest, so the morning is actually when I'm well rested. Sometimes I need to sleep. Sometimes I need to sleep. Sometimes I'm fucking putting sack late into the eves, and I need to make sure I get my beauty rest. So sometimes it just can't happen, but I do like it. It's a great way to start the day. Start the weekend off right. Look at a burp. Oh, my goodness. So 7 pillars, hashtag, we got some nips in the background, of course, but hashtag 7 pillars. Hashtag nips kind of always works. But what are you doing today? What are you training today? And today's Nuts on Chin will be dropping at a little bit later, around 10 o'clock. So hashtag 7 pillars. It's nice. It's red. It's gold. Everything gold. Oh, why? What's going on here? Are we not plugged in? Are we not plugged in? Is that not something that we're going to be doing today? No? What's going on here? What's going on with my camera? Let me see if I can get that going again. All right, Tess Hornaday. We had a little puppa going on too. Let's see, maybe I could bring this back on. Let's see what we got here. I wanted to bring Pup on the cam. No? It's not happening? Not today? Not today. Not today, they say. Not today. Well, today. All right. Well, okay. Yeah, you can't win them all. You can't win them all. So fuck it. 7 pillars. We still do it. We still do what we have to do. So nothing changes. It's all right, Tessie. It's all right, girl. They know you exist. I know. You wanted them to know you exist. I know you're a unicorn. I know. I get it. You're a unicorn. You fucking freak. I get it. Mm-hmm. Oh, that morning coffee, it just fucking tickles the taint. 7 pillars crushing Swole season, lower mass, week 12. Very nice. Very nice. All right, let's take some comments. Let's get into just the tip. Let's take some comments just to get us started. So shall we, babe? Dance? Just an inch. Just an inch. It's cold outside. It's cold outside. Hashtag 7 pillars for today's Swole card. We got some nips. You could do hashtag nips. That's fine. I'll accept it. I'll accept the hashtag nips. I get it. It's just like if I'm going to write things on that board, if I write any less than nips, any smaller amount of text, if I change the font smaller and I try to put a couple more words on there, everyone's like, I can't read it. It's too hard to read. And I get it. I know. The struggle is real. Just started Scorched Earth, Jenny Lynn 521. Ooh, nice. Just started. Did you complete a workout yet, or are you just starting today? Oh my goodness. How many of you are in Sear and Melt already? But bruh, that's a spicy meatball. This is a spicy meatball. This phase is no fucking joke. Going for a run and then yoga. Christian, very nice. I did a little bit of stretching this morning. Did some meditación, and I'm going to do a little bit more of that. I think today is a big time meditación day. And that might be a word. That might be meditation in Spanish, meditación. So if it's not, it is now. That sounds like that would be the word. You can confirm that in the comments. Today feels like it feels like a brain gains day. For me, it feels like a brain gains day. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like I'm just going to drink way too much coffee to be hydrated properly for a workout. I just feel like a coffee day today. It just tastes so good. It just tastes so good when it hits your fucking mouth. What are you training today? Stretching and brain gains for me, Teddy DeBear. Nice. Tabitha Stanfield. Landscaping my front yard today. That's what she said. Take out the weed whacker. The quarantine's over. Oh my God. It's going to get some air. I had to. I really had to. Tabitha, I love you. Hauling bricks and mulch bags. Oh man. Where do you live, Tabitha? What's your address? No, where do you live? Is it really hot where you are already? Apparently it's just been stupid hot everywhere. It was like cold and snowy really late, and all of a sudden, boom, like 1,000 degrees, and everyone has a heat wave and shit. Let's see. Kristen Chaddock. Yin for hips too this morning. Sacroiliac joint issue is slowly getting better. 7 pillars keep me on track, so I'm not getting too down on not being able to train like normal. My fam. Respect. Get it done. Yin for hips. Oh, I love yin for hips. I pretty much do. Anytime I stretch, I'm doing some kind of yin for hips. God, the longer you can hold that, the pigeon, the longer you can hold those things like the pinwheel. Oh, those are epic. Those are great. Wendy, woo! Little Ric Flair there. Finished a long yin for upper body, and I feel amazing. Hashtag 7 pillars. Siobhan did yoga wake-up session with Alex this morning. Going to get my vitamin D. That's what she said. Soon and later do some de-stress yoga with Alex and brain gains. Excelente. Excellent. Is everyone itching for some more 5-minute brain gains? I'm about to fill that up. I'm about to fill up that whole section. I'm about to fill it up deep. I'm about to go deep on the 5 min. We're going to have to, I got some cool shit coming for brain gains. I got some cool shit coming. Oh, I got some cool shit coming. Bomba chicka, bomba chicka, bomba chicka pa. Good morning, Papa. Good morning, Isabel. Good morning. What is going on? 2 daily swoles in less than 24 hours. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's the good shit. That's the good news. The board doesn't match the card. Doesn't matter. The message is gold. Or was that bronze? It's bronze. Yeah, it is a bronze. It's bronze. It's red and bronze or something of the sort. It doesn't have to match the card. I could just do a Nips card. We could do a Nips tomorrow, but this is the card. You could hashtag whatever you want. I don't mind. I'll choose hashtag Nips. It counts. But right now, the actual card is going to be 7 pillars. I think looking at a card, I think getting a Swole card that says 7 pillars, it's going to be a little bit more inspiring than Nips. But you never know. There's always a freak out there. Come on. Better to have some Nips and no Nips. Am I right? What do I think of V-Shred? What do you think of V-Shred? Come on. You trolling? You trolling? I think everyone knows what everyone thinks of V-Shred. My opinion would not surprise you. 1 more rep. Did some cardio and abs this morning. Do 1 more rep. Do 1 more rep. James, you smashed. Good man. Mexican here. Meditación was perfect. Muchísimas gracias. Excellent. Meditación. All right. I got it. Laid it down. Is this the earliest Swolio ever? No. I've done early ones before. Just not recently. Lately, it's been in the afternoon or evening Eastern time. Let's see here. What else we got going on? Night fam, night papa. Who's going to sleep? Night Tess. This boy needs his sleep. All right, I hear you. It's all good. Smokey, what are your tips on losing body fat? Because I can't seem to figure it out with all the research I've found. With all the research? You don't really actually have to do that much research to lose body fat. I mean, it's really vague. Smokey. That's really vague. What are my tips? What are my tips or what? There's no tips. I think we should just get rid of tips. Go Nips. Like, just change the consonant. You know, it's just economy of letters, like 2 lines over 3. Tips. Fuck the tips. Go Nips. 1 extra, 1 more, just 1 more step. You get something so much better than a tip. Ironically, this section is called Just the Tip, so I'm between a nip and a hard place. That's what she said. All right, too soon. There's really no tip. It's just how to do it. It's really not, okay, what are your tips? How do you lose body fat? How about that? How do you lose body fat? How do you lose it? Actually, today's video is going to talk about it. Today's going to talk about how to lose body fat and show a great example of how to lose it and how to lose it at a good pace and how to stay focused and a really important aspect of staying on your weight loss path. But what are you doing now? It's more about what are you changing? Like, what are your habits that you need to improve? My tips on losing body fat is going to depend on someone. Like, are you someone who's trained for 20 years and you're trying to get from 14% body fat to 13% body fat for a competition? Obviously not. You wouldn't be asking me right now this question. My point being, obviously the context makes a big difference. You're not getting on a bodybuilding stage. So it's a different game when you might just be coming out of the gate like, hey, how do I lose weight? Well, where's your starting point? Because an elimination diet would be a great place to start. You get rid of a lot of that stubborn shit that you're keeping around for no fucking reason, the foods included. Get rid of any of those sensitivities. That's a great place to just start in terms of, they'll answer a lot of questions. What should I eat? It's like, well, let's figure out what's best for you. And you need to do that. And you need to invest your time into it. And it's worth it. And follow the 7 pillars. And you have to build that. And it's something, the 7 pillars are something that you don't have overnight. It's something to aspire to keep on. It's something to aspire to build. It's like anything else that you build. You build those pillars strong. You build all 7 of them. So you build your community. And we talked about it yesterday that when you build community, when you build that kind of environment, it's not overnight. Sometimes you might be living with family, and it might take you 2 or 3 years to maybe save up enough money to move out or to get your own place, or you might be in university or something. You might be in a situation where or in a job where you're being forced to be in an environment that's not your choice or your optimal one. You might have to eat some shit before you get on to the next stage in your life. It depends on what you're doing. So community is something that you grow. It's like mowing your lawn. Yeah, you got to take out the trash, but you have to cultivate it. And I used this quote recently. I said, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. And that's a famous quote. I think I mentioned before, but I forget who said it. Or where it's from, but I have it on my wall. But, a lot of you here are just kind of finding fitness, and you're finding it later in life than you would have liked. You wish, a lot of you always say this, I wish I started yoga younger. I wish I had learned about yoga earlier, myself included. I wish I knew about it when I literally started lifting. It would have saved me a lot of problems. And fortunately, I always had good form and I had good focus, and I cared about balance and working everything evenly and taking my time and doing it properly. But I could have benefited greatly from more recovery and from more mobility, and just, it would have prevented a lot of other issues that I kind of ended up, getting into. So hindsight's always 20/20. So the best time to start, the best time to do it, the best time to get shit done, the best time to make those changes is now, is yesterday, is 20 years ago, or 20 days ago, or 2 years ago. The best time to start was to have already started. Okay, now, be that as it may, it doesn't mean that you should feel guilty about it. It doesn't mean that you should feel shitty. It doesn't mean that you should beat yourself up for fuck and have regret. So it's easy to take that thought and think, okay, and that could be very, very negative. You might think, well, I should have started 20 fucking years ago. And the answer might be, yeah, you should have started 20 years ago, but so what? You could have started a year ago. Didn't have to be 20 years. The point is, start now. The point is, start now. The point is, it doesn't matter. Now is the time to start. The point is, sure, it would have been great to start 20 years ago. You didn't. You didn't know. The situation wasn't right. It didn't happen, period, end of story. And then, now is the only thing that you can control. Now is where you are. So the question is, what are you doing now? What are you going to do now? What are you doing now about what you're talking about? Are you complaining? Are you running your mouth? Is it something that you're just yapping about, or is it something that you're going to take action with? Is it something that you're moving forward with? And when it comes to the 7 pillars, when we're talking about building stuff, like you're building those pillars, you're forging them. So community, nutrition, training, recovery, mobility, mindfulness, like you're practicing that all the time. You're practicing that all the fucking time. It's not like you start meditating. How many of you meditate regularly? How many of you practice brain gains regularly? I do it daily, if not multiple times a day. So for those that do, even if you've been doing it for months or years, you're always at the beginning of your journey. You're always starting off. You're always getting going. It's always your first day. It always feels like you always have those ups and downs. You always have those, it always feels new. It always feels like a challenge. It always feels like something, there's always a level up. It's like yoga. You're not just awesome at yoga. Even if you practice regularly, you still practice regularly. If you want to be someone that practices yoga regularly. It's just something that you do, and meditation is something that you do regularly. It's not that you win meditation and, oh, I got my black belt in meditation, I stopped doing meditation. You keep practicing the art, and you keep practicing, and you keep honing and sharpening this tool. It's no joke. It's like, it's hard to really get this point across with content. It's really hard to get this message across today. It's hard to get this message across in today's world because as things move faster and faster, it's more and more important to slow down. It's more and more important to gain perspective fast because a lot of people are losing their fucking minds. A lot of people, the wheels have fallen off completely already. And a lot of us are living in environments that are very tumultuous right now. And it's just, we need to focus on all these aspects of our wellness. And it's something that needs to happen on a regular basis. And it's not going to come from the outside. These are things that when you are talking in this manner about mindfulness, when you are talking about the psychological aspects of training, it just goes so deep. It goes so deep with habits. It goes so deep with how you think about results, how you think about your life. Because if you're trying to create an environment in which the journey and the execution of the daily tasks, the execution and the daily forging of the 7 pillars, in which that is what gives you value and what gives you satisfaction and what is the source of your wellness and your happiness and your focus and your discipline. That's a lot of unlearning. That's a lot of reprogramming. It's a big shift to make when you start thinking about food in terms of fuel, and you think of food in terms of quality, not just quantity. Because I think a lot of us, and I used to as well, when I grew up bodybuilding, it was big in the macro game. It was big in the macros, the calories and the calories per meal, the total calories. It's real. The calorie game is real. Energy is real. It's how we define it. Energy balance exists, but it's seriously so much more fucking legit to focus on food quality. I think if you focus on the right things, you can focus on less things and get more results. If you focus on food quality, a lot of the issues with quantity are going to take care of themselves. Excuse me. And a lot of you have felt that. Once you start eating more quality foods and you eat better foods, more satisfying foods, you stop having, you start thinking about things differently. Your body starts processing things differently from a psychological and from a physical standpoint. And you don't have the same types of overconsumption issues because it becomes more of a challenge because your body just simply doesn't need extra. Your body starts to function more the way it's supposed to, the way it's designed to, the way it's evolved to. What's up, Michelle? I'm a beginner with meditation, learning more each session, the breathing and poses, taking time for me and my mental health. We all learn every day if we accept the knowledge from Papa and the 7 pillars. Well, thank you for your kind words. I appreciate it. And I'm a beginner with meditation too, for sure. And I think it's important to always have that beginner mindset even as you practice because it's really relative. It's really relative. And it's not just how long you've been practicing. It's also how much effort you put into practicing. And you know what's interesting is the biggest benefit, the most significant benefit from meditation that I found has come from when I'm not actually meditating in the moment. Like when I'm not sitting down having a focused a focused session with intent. It's the benefits from actually carrying that mindset throughout the day. So it's more about seeing it be more present, or allow me to be more present during the day. I catch myself a lot more. I don't think I move slower through my day, but mentally I move slower. It slows me down. It slows me down, but not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. It just slows me down, and it's almost like my thoughts, the good thoughts, have been sifted through the shitty ones. So I have less thoughts because my body already is filtering more of the bullshit more often, if that makes sense. So I still have a lot of thoughts. My brain works really fast. I'm always thinking and juggling of a couple things. I'm thinking about the video I'm filming today, tomorrow, and fucking next week, and then the structure and pattern for the next year and things. And, I'm thinking about a lot of things at every time, but it helps minimize the ones that my brain notices. It makes it easier to let all the bullshit kind of just literally not even phase you, because you train your brain. It's training. That's why it's called Brain Gains inside Swolenormous X. You train your brain to eliminate that bullshit, so you're not always constantly stressed out by it. If you are able to sift through and take out the trash and essentially mow your lawn upstairs, you're cleaning out your psychological, you're changing your brain community. You do that, and then you can actually pay attention to the things that are more important. So a lot of times we're busy, and I catch myself doing this. I'm still working on it. You catch yourself being busy. You're just doing things, but you're not doing the most important things. So let's see here. Christina, what's up? If you recently changed your eating habit, then your body needs time to adjust. Also your mind. If you are too hungry, then add more fruit or greens to your diet, or create a new habit like a hobby to get your mind off food. Well, you could. I mean, it depends on what you're eating. I mean, maybe it's a grass-fed steak. Why does it have to be greens and fruit? Could be a fucking big old steak. Could be a steak. Could be a delicious piece of meat. Could it not? But I hear you. And remember, we talked about it yesterday. Thank you for the comment, Christina. Remember yesterday we talked about how a lot of times it can be thirst. It can be thirst or exhaustion. If you're thirsty or if you're tired, you might actually have those cravings for food. So a lot of it is just go to fucking sleep. If you go to fucking sleep, you won't have these cravings because you'll be fucking asleep. If you're exhausted because you're not sleeping, you shouldn't be awake. It's like, my God, well, go to bed and then you won't have a craving. I get cravings at 11 o'clock at night because you should be asleep at 9. It's hard to be on that schedule, though. It's hard with all the technology and the scheduling and all the responsibilities that we gather. Josh, with brain gains, I've noticed it's easier to see what irritates me. Oh, I'm the same way. It allows me to catch more of my bad habits. I notice myself saying, don't do that, you idiot. It's like, no, don't do that. You know what that leads to. It's gotten me to be cleaner. Like cleaner with my desk space too, because I tend to just fucking constantly move. And I tend to, by default, like to keep things where I can reach them easily. So I'll keep things where I can reach them, and then by accident, I'll just start leaving things like, oh, I'll put that here and I'll keep that here. But I've gotten on a good system where I've minimized and kind of narrowed down what I need on my desk at all times. And I have like my system where I put things away and I transfer things out of the office. That way I'm not just accumulating stuff and coffee containers and cups and mugs. And all of a sudden at the end of the day, I'm carrying out like all these coffee mugs and shit. Be a hot mess. But yeah, I notice a lot more. I notice a lot more things. You notice those nuances. You catch yourself. And when you fuck up or you do something stupid, you catch yourself and you can, oh shit. Like you know where you went wrong pretty immediately. Cerny, meditation slows my brain down too, and I definitely need that. Life is much more relaxing now and easier to handle. Excellent. Love it. Hamstra, I go to sleep at 9 p.m., wake up at 6 every day, always well rested. It helps with cravings, recovery, mental stress. Sleep is key. It sure is. I mean, think about it. We talk a lot about the 7 pillars, but if you notice the questions when people first start listening to the podcast, or they show up for an Ask Papa Swole live, or I answer a question on TikTok, or I answer a question on Instagram or YouTube, or whatever it is, whatever it is, whatever kind of content I'm doing where I'm responding to a question, or you see a comment pop up, or you see something in the YouTube comments or something. A lot of times, if you just think about it, okay, think about the 7 pillars. Think about which ones are not being accomplished. And when you think about how many people are missing, you realize, shit, they're missing, most of the time they're missing all of them. Most of the time they're missing all the pillars. They're surrounding themselves with shitty people. They have a crappy environment. Okay, so they're not eating the right foods. They're eating junk food and fast food and crap. So they're not doing pillar number 2. Training, they kind of have like they don't really train hard. They don't really know what to do in the gym, or they never really work out regularly or consistently. So 3 is like shaky as fuck. 4, recovery. Well, they're not sleeping. They're not hydrating. They're, blue light all the time. They're stressed out. They're just anxious as fuck. So no pillar number 4. 5, mobility. I mean, fuck no. They're not doing the other ones. They're not doing yoga. Like, they're not doing all that shit and then doing yoga. So they don't have pillar number 5. And then you go right to meditation. I mean, of course they're not. But they have a shitty community. They're eating garbage food. They're not exercising. They're never hydrating or doing any kind of like mobility work, but they're meditating all the time. They're not. So they're not doing anything. And then if they're not doing all 6 of those, well, they're being consistent with nothing then, obviously. So they're not doing any of them. And if you just think about that, people aren't doing any of them. They're not doing fucking any of them. They're not doing any of them. And this is the majority. This isn't how many people are obese in this country. This isn't 40% obesity or 50% overweight and obesity. This is not that percentage. This is probably like 99%. I mean, think of how many people that is. 98, 95. Like, what do you think? How about this? How many people out there, what do you think the percentage is, at least in the United States? Who knows, right? It's a fucking ballpark. How many people, just looking at the 7 pillars, how many people do you think, percentage-wise, are actively working on a regular basis to improve those areas that we hold so valuable here in the Swole fam? How many people out there, what do you think, what percentage of people focus on those areas? On those areas on a regular basis like we do? What do you think the percentage is? I mean, maybe the people that are here, maybe that's the percentage. Now, there are people out there. But I mean, what do you think the percentage is? Jen, you think 10%? You think 10% focus intently on all those 7? Jen, I think you are being so fucking generous. Was it almost like 40 to 50% are overweight and obese? That's overweight and obese. That doesn't just mean like just average, not healthy. And look, this is opinion, so I'm not really, like, it's not like I have the answer and I'm like teasing you about it. I mean, it's got to be like less than 5%. Less than 5%. Because think of how many people exercise. Okay, fine. These are not people that practice mindfulness regularly. This is what I mean. All of them, all 7 pillars. They might lift, but how many of them do mobility practice? How many of them do yoga or Pilates or something like that? They just lift and go home. I mean, that counts. So I'm just saying, like, think about that shit. Like less than 5%. Less than 5%. And you don't have to do yoga. Maybe you do Pilates or you do some kind of stretching or martial arts. Like, this isn't like this isn't the SATs, but you get my point. I'm just saying, like, people that are people that are covering that many bases, very few. Most of the fitness shit you see out there is just doing nutrition and training. They're doing 2 fucking pillars. It's not about community. It's not about recovery. It's not about, and not in the right way. And it's not really about nutrition in the right way. It's trying to peddle some supplements or peddle some fucking diet or some dogma and some dogmatic approach. And the only thing that we work through is the elimination diet, which is something common sense and standardized, and it can kind of be customized to fit your needs, but the fundamental concept of it is what's most important. And that's the great thing about the elimination. It's like whatever you eliminate, you test. So it's like how much do you want to eliminate? How serious do you want to take it? How much quality data do you really want? So it's very flexible. It's very flexible, and there's so many different ways to attack it. There's so many different ways to go after it. Only the Swole fam. There you go, Cerny. Well, technically, it's only the Swole fam. No one else is following the 7 pillars the way we do. Yeah, I don't think it's anywhere near like 5%. No, I'm not even talking about people that exercise. I'm talking about people that cover all these bases. 5%? Man, what's 5% of 7.5 billion? I mean, that's a... Hey, Alexa, what's 5% of 7.5 billion?
5% of 7.5 billion is 375 million.
You think 375 million people? That's like the entire country. In the entire world, 375 million people... 375 million people are focused. Get the fuck out of here. No way. No way. No fucking way. Just gives you some perspective. Anyways, and that's not something I'm like happy about. It's like, haha, it's a low number. We want that to be as high as possible. We want that to be a lot more. It's just like, Jesus Christ, this got to be less than 1%. This got to be less than 1. I mean, if you're talking about the entire world, there's a lot of people in this world. But I mean, we're talking people that are actively, in some capacity, actively focusing on surrounding themselves with good people, eating really quality food, right? Training regularly, recovery. They're taking really precautions, and they're really doing mobility work, and they're doing meditation. I mean, maybe it is like, it's under 5% for Jesus Christ, worldwide. It's got to be under 1 just from a numbers wise, but that's still a huge number. If 5% is 375 million, you drop it a couple more, that might still be like a 50 million, 100. That's a lot of fucking people. That's a lot of fucking people. So it makes sense. 1 million people worldwide. I think maybe more than that. Maybe That's true. That's true. But I mean, this is just a general. It depends on how you categorize it. We're just throwing that out there. But obviously obviously that number is low compared to all the people that don't. And yeah, a lot of people's cultures in other countries are just more active and more healthy by default. But then not having the technology and some of the other benefits of being in a first world country. Let's take into some of the Swole fam action, shall we, fam? We got a good post let's get some gorillas going. Drop some gorillas and biceps in the comments. We'll get into the first Swole fam post. And a reminder, probably around the time just when we're finishing up with today's episode, got a brand new SAC today, a success story for YouTube. So make sure you stay tuned for that. You can jump right over there when we wrap up. It's a good one. It's some good shit. It's going to get you fired up. What a fucking Saturday, fam. Am I right? Am I right? Let's get some more gorillas. Let's get some more. Let's fucking wrap it up. Come on. Beat that fucking chest. Beat your fucking chest. Beat that motherfucking chest. Beat them fucking chest. 7 pillars, motherfuckers. Yeah. Saturday Swole. Michelle, most people in the world aren't focused on real health, meditation, and yoga. Mindfulness and community. They most likely aren't even focused on it, doesn't even cross their mind. Quite possible. I agree with you. Markea, 4 years ago, I lost 100 pounds with running, lifting, and diet. I lost 3 babies to premature deaths, my twins in 2018 and my daughter in 2019. I am currently 35 weeks pregnant with a healthy boy. That gets some fucking gorillas, am I right? I'm currently 35. I will have him in less than 2 weeks. I hate that my depression got the best of me, that I binge eat my feelings. So here I am again, back to square one. I'm a very no bullshit kind of person when I'm not having a pity party. So this is my gift to myself. Well, welcome to the motherfucking fam. You get some more gorillas and talk about someone who's been through some shit. So talk about perseverance. You're not giving up. You're having that fucking baby. So congratulations. And I wish you and your child the best. And I'm sure the Swole fan can speak the same. You're a fucking warrior. Holy shit. So it doesn't sound like depression's getting the best of you. I'm just going to be honest. You might binge eat a little bit, but this is going to be something that you can break. And now you have something really powerful to live for. Now you could be healthy for your son. Now it's time for you to fucking step up and start taking care of your health, because you have a little one that not only do you have to be there to protect and to teach, but you also want to set good habits and a good example so he can live a healthy life. That's great. This is fucking the best thing for you. This is great. Perfect timing. I know, because the other Swole was in the evening. We just did a daily Swole recently. And it's like today or yesterday, I was just talking about someone who had 5 kids. And I was saying it's kind of interesting because I don't have kids. So it could be seen as like, well, you're a hypocrite, or it's definitely speaking out of turn because I don't have kids. So it's kind of one of those, well, it's easy for you to say you don't have time. But then when you really think about it, and we talked about this yesterday, you can listen to yesterday's episode for a little bit more on this, but it's pretty much, well, if you did work out, you did. And if you did not work out, you did not work out. And it doesn't matter if you have 5 kids or no kids. If you worked out, you did. And if you did not work out, you did not. It's very black and white. It's very binary. It's very yes and no, up and down, yin yang. It's just you did or you did not. You didn't kind of work out. I kind of didn't work out. You did or you didn't. So you're here. Markea, you're here. So you're doing it, is my point. You're no bullshit kind of person, so you're not really back to square one because you're surrounding yourself with the motherfucking Swole fam. So I'll be damned if that isn't exactly what you need to kick some fucking ass. So good for you. Good for you. Hell yeah, fam. Good shit. Good way to start it. Good way to start off. Good way to start off. Oh. Get some fucking gorillas. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Who told you can eat my cookies? My cookies, they belong to me, you fucking bastard. Oh, the coffee is getting to me, fam. My coffee's getting me fucking amped. This beard needs to be tamed. I cannot wait for Mama Swolio to tame this fucking beast. This thing needs to... I'm just over it. I'm not even trying to take care of it. I'm not even trying to groom it much anymore. I'm just kind of like, whatever. It's like, yeah, this morning I'm just like, fuck it. I just don't care. It gets to the point where it's just like that length where it's like, yeah, just, you can't, it looks better when it's messy. It's just the mind of its own right now. What's up, DC? What up, DC? Hi, Swole fam. My wife and I got the 7 pillars yesterday. We paid for the month to see what it's about. But after this, we're going all in with the unlimited access. Can't wait to start this life change. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Some gorillas, welcome. Looking forward to, happy to have you in the fam officially. And yeah, super stoked to have you get started. It's very fucking awesome. I'm grateful to have you here. And I think we're all stoked to see what you throw down. Man, it's great to have that feeling of starting something new, starting something fresh. That excitement. But here's the thing, you get so excited. And this is a good lesson. You get excited, but then it's the follow through. A lot of people get excited about the start. That's why people do those New Year's resolutions and they fucking fail. We're coming up on that soon. And everyone's thinking about July 4th, and yeah, it's the summer. I'm already thinking about the fucking resolutions. It's coming. Oh my God, can you imagine if we have another fucking quarantine around the holidays and everyone's trapped inside and it's fucking cold and they can't see their friends and family because it's the fucking holidays, so everyone's at home for Thanksgiving and Christmas fucking miserable and alone and no one's got fucking, and it's like, Jesus Christ, and everyone's just eating their fucking feelings. It's going to be, because everyone, you know, if it's flu season, it gets bad. Like, Jesus Christ. Just thinking, fuck, man, that's going to be so brutal. If it happens like that, if we have to do this shit again because of the flu season, I'm not trying to. Everyone's like, come on, man, we're just getting back outside. Don't jinx it. You don't really have to worry about resolutions. We have a fucking holiday all the time anyway. Every day is a holiday. Every day is something. Fresh strawberries, Nicholas. Fucking win. Chicken dinner. Good for you. Drop some cherries. Oh, yeah. Drop some cherries. If you're brand new, drop some cherries. If Papa's popping cherries, if it's your first time catching the Swole live, yeah, make sure you drop those, pop some cherries. Let's see here. Gina, people get excited about the results, not so much about of course they don't get excited about the work. Not much about the work. Focus on the process, building those habits, 7 pillars, and the results will come. Yeah, I agree. I mean, people get excited about the results. People get excited about the results they haven't even worked towards yet. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Don't you all get excited about the results? You haven't even fucking started. You got to earn that shit. You got to earn that shit, you know? I mean, so many people are just worried about losing 100 pounds. It's like, you better fucking lose one first. You got to lose one. Today's video, literally, it's going to be dropping in like 45 minutes or so. Like, today's video is fucking fire. It's about that shit. It's about those daily fucking wins. It's about crushing in the short term. Most people don't want those. Most people want that instant gratification, and the real results are not instant gratification. It's the exact opposite of instant gratification, which is why people overlook the things they need to do to get that, because they want it now. Now. They want it fucking now. What up, Mike? What up, Big Mike? Everyone gets excited the first time they pop it. Yeah, brother. Happy to have you here too. Josh, it seems I'm the only one prepared for it to hit again. Well, I'm super apprehensive. I mean, I'm still saying, look, I've been saying this too. I understand if you have to go back to work and make money, you do what you got to do. But I mean, literally keep one foot on base. No shit. Like, let this fucking stuff play out. I don't think we're going to know. Like, we have to make it through. I mean, honestly, and this is just what I'm seeing, just from just common sense, we should all expect for this to happen again. We should expect another quarantine. We should expect something happening in the winter, because then the best case scenario is that nothing happens and it's fine and we manage it fine. It's like, great. That's a win. That's a good thing. We got to make sure that we don't get fucking blindsided by something fucking savage. This shit comes back with a vengeance. I don't know. I mean, we'll still be here. We'll still be crushing it. I'll fucking still be dropping this shit down. We'll be here daily. We don't break. We don't break. You gotta fight for your right to make sick fucking gains. People have already viewed this as a holiday, right? It's weird to say, hey, it's Saturday, it's the weekend. Hey, it's the weekend, everyone. And everyone's like, well, it's kind of been the weekend for the past 2 months. It's at the point now that people are just so fucking tired of being inside that they're just bursting with like energy because they didn't fucking train. I feel like it's another day just because I've been fucking lifting. I've been exercising and doing stuff. But let's see here. I hope not. I hope it doesn't come again. I hope it doesn't hit again. I'm just saying I'm prepared for it. I'm just prepared for it. I think it's foolish not to be prepared for it. I'm really also concerned about Florida. We're in fucking hurricane season. The last thing we need is to be dealing with this fucking shit and then not have power. And it's just like adds to that fucking shit. I am not looking forward to it. Every fucking year now, it's literally like Russian roulette. We just miss it we miss that fucking big hurricane every fucking year. It's just been like so long since something fucking wrecked. So overdue, it's crazy. It's going to be like a category 7. It's going to be something that's catastrophic. I'm just so not looking forward to anything like that. It's just so overdue. It's ridiculous. Let's see. Jen, I don't even know why my company wants to bring us back to work when this may happen again. I want to just work from home now and not go back. Well, I guess it depends on what you're doing. Like, do you have to go back? I mean, is it something that you can do at home indefinitely? Christina, I never joined, but this podcast helped me to realize that I am an emotional eater and that I need to address that issue and work on it, so I do. I did a lot of progress in 1 year, not to mention many of those mornings where I didn't want to go to the gym, but this podcast motivated me strongly. Well, thank you, Christina. Stoked. Thank you. Far too kind. Appreciate it. Happy to pass along the fucking gains. Aaron, I still agree with reopening. The at-risk populations should quarantine and the rest of us need to take reasonable precautions. I agree. I think it comes down to, and I think it's just common sense at this point. If it was something where it was like this ridiculous plague and we knew it was taking out 50% of people, like wiping like left and right, we would not be fucking going anywhere. Everyone would be fucking like locked the fuck down. But seeing that, okay, it is what it is. Currently, we know generally we know who's at risk more, and we know some of the things that we can do to mitigate it. So it should be someone's choice at this point. Like if you want to stay home, it's like stay home. If you can and you want to, it's like no one's forcing you to leave. But I don't think you should force people to stay at this point. Which is why people are opening back up, because it's the general consensus. I think it's the right move. I think it was the right move to close things down. It should have been done earlier, but who knows? It's just being underprepared. And this is just exposing all the things that weren't prepared for. No one was prepared for this shit. No one was prepared. I mean, all of us here, we were just in a great place in terms of the Swole fam. This was just, you couldn't have a better situation in terms of fitness and having everything in one spot and having the Swole fam and having the podcast every day. It's just a great thing to, we're fortunate. We're very fortunate still. Nothing changed with us. Nothing changed with what we're doing. We're still going strong. So that's a great thing. And I'm grateful and fortunate for that. So it's, it's something that we, hopefully it doesn't, I don't know. I just feel like people have short fucking memories. I think that's really it. I just don't trust people to not have just super short memories, and in 3 or 4 fucking months, like let's say it gets back progressively better, or this is the new normal and things are just fine like this, and people are wearing masks a little bit here and there, and it gets kind of better, and it's what? June. So you have June, you have July, August, September, that's 4 months, October, 5 months, comes around 5-6 months. People will fucking go back. They get it's like playing baseball or any kind of sport. You kind of get back on your heels. You relax for a second. You let down your guard. You kind of let down your guard for a second, and then boom, you just get knocked the fuck out. You just ease up. You get cocky. You forget about it. Because we move in such a fast society with social media and everything, things are the news cycle and just what grabs our attention. It's in and out. And that's a big problem, is that we lose our attention so fucking fast that we don't keep these things in our mind. We're on to the next thing. We're on to the next fucking event. We're on to the next subject. So then when it comes back around, oh my God, it's like brand new. Not good. Sarah in Ontario, the premier is thinking of doing a regional approach to reopening. Let's see. Let's see. Annika, people in the shops suck. I had people on me like distancing wasn't a thing, and children stopped and blocked my trolley all the time because they were high on sugar. Fucking kids and stupid fucking people. All right, we got a post from Joe. What up, J-Bomb? Happy Flex Friday, all you beautiful people out there. Just killed back and arms. Decided to take a pic before my body registers what I just did to it. Muscle memory is such a beautiful thing. What you see today is 3 months of weight training, and as the pounds keep coming off, I keep pushing myself to new limits, adding more reps, more sets, constantly pushing harder than before, seeing what I can really do, and looking forward to seeing what's under all my extra body weight. I may have a long way to go, but I'm far from where I started. I'm so far from where I started, it's mind-blowing. Keep killing it, people. If you're not there yet, get the ball rolling and progressively increase what you do. The only competition you have is yourself, so kick your ass. You're awesome, Joe. That's awesome. Fuck yeah, dude. Good for you, man. And awesome pictures, by the way. Make sure you go check those posts out in the group after we're done with the live here. Brandy, hey fam, can I get tips to help me get stronger to do planks and push-ups? I can't hold myself up very long and it's so frustrating. I feel like a failure. Should focus on gaining muscles in my arms? ? Because so far this month since starting, I've just been doing cardio. Well, by practicing planks, you'll get stronger. What I would do, I'm assuming you're meaning planks on your forearms. I would do it for as long as you can. And I would do sets of that. I would hold it just almost like close, maybe about 80 to 90% of how long you can hold it total. Let's say you can hold it for 10 seconds, hold it for about 7 to 8 seconds, and do 5 or 6 sets of that, and then work from there. And then start to do 3 or 4 sets of maybe 15 to 20 seconds. And then, as you build stronger, and then do longer sets for less time, and just, kind of seesaw and increase slowly. That's what I would recommend. You can also do it on different angles. You could do planks like on the edge of a bed, so there's less pressure. So if you're not completely horizontal, it's going to be less force on your core. So it's going to be less taxing, so you can progressively do it like that. But I would just recommend doing it the way I mentioned. If you could do it for a couple seconds, that's good enough. You could just do sets of that. You could do it from your knees too, but I would say as soon as you can, do it from your toes. And glute activation is great too. Yoga and glute activation. Seriously. Of course, this answer is just great. You do fucking yoga, man, you're going to work so many muscles. Yoga for sure, Brandy. Yoga for sure. And then doing what I just mentioned and then what people are mentioning in the comments. Horror Fangirl says, do it every day and you'll get better. Yeah, just keep practicing. Planks are something you could do a couple sets every day. It's no problem. Horror Fangirl, when I first started doing push-ups, I thought my chest bones were going to break. Same way with doing dips. If you don't do a lot of body weight exercise like pull-ups or dips, that's if you combine that with weight training. If you combine that with weight training, oh, you're gold. You're golden. Like I have rings out there on the porch. I'm doing ring dips. Like it's fucking ring dips. It's insanely brutal. It's fucking insane. It's just insane how hard they are. It's insane. You fucking do regular dips. How many of you can do a ring dip? Like a legit fucking, like deep fucking ring dip. It is nasty. It's so fucking nasty. Like, it's so nasty. It's nothing like any kind of regular. It's another world. It's a completely different world. So, like it's great to combine it with weight training. But my point being, if you lift weights a lot, it's like yoga. If you lift weights a lot and you never practice yoga, yoga is going to be, holy shit, I'm weak as fuck. And if you lift weights a lot, you never do calisthenics or body weight, or you do high rep or weighted push-ups or deep push-ups or and you do a fucking workout, you get sick fucking pump. It'll crush you. It's so great you combine those things. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing a lot, body weight type stuff, and I'm doing resistance and weights and bands, dumbbells, and kettlebells. It's similar on the parallel bar, but my point is that it's not similar at all. Like, the ring dips are like, 2 rings, and it's just like fucking, I mean, I might have the handles, like they might be too wide up there, but like I have it close, like fucking, it's hard. It's so fucking hard. Alana Klein, on the 90-day dash, is it okay to do full body ignite if my biceps are still a little sore from the pull-up ignite a couple days ago, or should I do yoga today and resume tomorrow? That's a really good question. That's individual. With good conscience, I don't want to say work through it. I mean, the more advanced you get with your training, like you start to learn when you can train and when you can push, because sometimes I'll do a workout when I'm still feeling a little stiff and it loosens up. You just kind of know what that means, what you're feeling. There's a difference between, hey, I'm a little bit tight or stiff, or I'm a little bit sore and it loosens up, versus I'm sore because I worked out hard and my muscles like damaged. I mean, but like I'm saying, if you're still really new to exercising, you just don't necessarily know the difference between those feelings yet. And those of you that have been training for a while, you know what I'm talking about. You know when you're like a little sore and you loosen up and you have a sick pump and you have great strength, you have a great pump and you have a fucking great workout. Or you're sore like you're not fucking touching shit. You're not training shit. When you first start training, you're just sore and you just feel like you're a little bit tight. You don't really know what that means. You don't know what your limits are. You don't have that kind of volume and work capacity yet. So I would err on the side of caution. You might want to like maybe do lighter weight. You might be able to still do the same workout, maybe drop the weight so you're not doing the same kind of overload. That way you're keeping to your schedule. I mean, the worst thing you can do is just like if you go really light and go through the motion, if you feel like you want to go heavier, you can. But if it feels uncomfortable and you're not sure about it, then just don't. So it depends on your confidence and what that soreness means to you. And erring on the side of caution always. So if anything, do less volume. If you're really uncertain and it's going to be weighing on your conscience and you're just going to be really like, tiptoeing around it, then just fucking wait a day. Then just do the yoga and just crush it the next day. So it's always better to play it safe. It really is. I mean, there's no rush. That's the thing. Like if you're really unsure and you're like, oh, I don't want to risk it, then don't. Just do yoga in like one more day. But 24 hours never like ruined anyone's gains. If anything, you'll be more well rested and you'll crush it. So, but again, you never know. You won't know unless you do it. Just don't put yourself in like harm's way, especially if you're just starting off. If anything, go very light and then progress it from there. You're welcome. Good question. Yeah, good question. Yeah, look, the last thing you want to do is get super fucking sore and get really banged up, and then it throws you off for like a week or two, and you just kind of fall out of your habit. It's more important to keep the habit consistent and to get into the flow than you're not getting all your results in one workout. So one day, either way, or a lighter workout, it's better to do it light and just to do it. That way you can kind of gauge, as long as you don't just put yourself through the ringer. Good fucking question. Good question, fam. Good fucking question, fam. So, in just a few, shortly, the video for today will be live. So make sure you tune in for that. I'll be sending you a sexy Swole text when it goes live. And I want the Swole fam tuning in huge for this one, because this is a big win. And this is a big message that needs to get out more to more people. And it's something that, it's still so pervasive. So many people really have this mindset still. And we need to get people really more amped up about those daily wins. We need to get people more amped up about those daily successes and knocking down those 7 pillars. You know what I'm saying? I have so many fucking ideas for content over on the NOC. I'm doing so many different things. Like, we're just getting started, fam. So let's give away this fucking Swole card. I'm stoked. Oh, yeah. Tess Hornaday is out of commission. The camera's not. I don't know. I didn't do anything. Fucking jabroni bullshit. Fucking jabroni bullshit. It's fucking commies. Hashtag 7 pillars. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it. Shared yesterday's video, and like usual, people just ignored it. Motherfuckers. Hey, everyone, make sure you hit that like button. If you don't hit that like button, I swear to fucking God, I said it now, I said it a million times, I will turn this podcast around. I will turn this podcast around if you don't hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit it. Smash. Annika, I could not say it better myself. Every achievement is a success, and every failure is a lesson. Look at you. Fucking on point. Gangster. Smash that shit. 7 pillars. Yeah. Yeah. 7 pillars, motherfucker. All right, here we go. 7 pillars. Let's get a little dancey dance. What we got here? Let's see what we got here. Swole card. 7 pillars. Here we go, fam. 3, 2, 1. Let's give it away now. 7 pillars. Swole card, bitch. Swole card, bitch. It's a swole card, bitch. It's a swole card, bitch. It's a swole card, bitch. No. Chelsea Kimball, congratulations. That's a fucking buzzer. I almost started to do it again. Congratulations. Thank you so much for playing. Thank you. Everyone say congratulations, Chelsea. You must be relatively new. Your name looks relatively new. I don't know. Congratulations. Make sure that you send us an email. It's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. And in the subject, you put Swole card 1485. And in the body of the email, your mailing address. And I didn't write 1485 on the back, but I always do. 1485. There we go. So 1485 and the Papa Swolio signatura on the front. So congratulations. And I'll make sure that Tess Hornaday, I'll make sure that she blesses the card. I'll make sure that Tessie blesses the card. I'll make sure. So congratulations, Chelsea. Everyone say congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. She's fucking new here. Be fucking nice.
Come on, stop whining.
Stop whining. Stop being a baby. You might win tomorrow. It's a Sunday Fun Day Q&A. It's the Ask Papa Swole Live, the Sunday Fun Day Q&A. There you go, Chelsea. Yay, thank you. You're very welcome. Congratulations. Tomorrow is the Sunday Fun Day Q&A-ness, and those of you that are fancy, the Q&A-noose. And yeah, it's going to be a good one, I hope. We'll talk shop, we'll answer any questions, and we got the Monday accountability meeting. Fuck, it's been a week. This has been a rough week. This has been a fast fucking week. My God, if you're going to sleep, if you just finished up your day, go get some sleep. If you have not yet pumped today, go get your fucking pump on. If you're just tuning in now, I know it's an early Swole. I know. But come on. Like, there's more coming. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry yourself about it. Don't you worry about it. We'll be back. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for this episode of the Daily Motherfucking Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gangcast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast. In the realm, because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps, and I will be talking to a bunch of you soon, right when that YouTube video drops. The new NOC drops shortly. I will be texting you. You go fucking smash that like button, and you drop a comment when you watch that. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you get fired up today and have a great fucking workout. And I'll see you all tomorrow for 1486. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. Yeah, boy. Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack.